How to make fashion design portfolio. First step, inspiration. Step 1, inspiration is kind of like title of the project, and it could be like your design theme and also just your starting point of your ideas. What interests you? It could be anything like travels, movies, music, fashion, anything. So this time I'm going to use my inspiration from the exhibition I went to at Metropolitan Museum in New York. So the title of this exhibition was Play It Loud, and I think that it could be my portfolio title as well. So I'm going to use a lot of my own pictures that I took from the exhibitions for my portfolio. So this is pretty much my sketchbook work that I'm doing, but it's on Photoshop because I didn't want to print out all the pictures and just cut it out and put it on sketchbook like I did in old times. So now I just brought all the pictures I took from the museum and trying to organize it by its kinds or whatever I think gets right on each page. So because this is on Photoshop, I'm going to use the layers. So I'm trying to organize all the pictures by layers on Photoshop. So the reason I mostly use my own travel for my portfolio is because I think that because the experience is already personal enough so that whenever I look at the pictures, it always brings me back to where I was and kind of gives me more ideas and try to, I think that it helps me to be more creative, and I think that it's also easier to do brainstorming. So I think that you guys also can try it that way. So right now I put one guitar image on the left side, which I think that it's very common image whenever I think about the guitar, and the right sides are electronic guitars. So this page would be more like organized by guitar shapes or kinds, you might want to say. So this is my first sketchbook page I just created, which is like the easiest and most simple way. And so second page is that there were some guitars that were inside the glass box so that you can check the front of the guitar and the back of the guitar as well, because you can just walk around the box. So I think that it was pretty interesting because whenever I thought about the guitar, the first image that pops up in my head is just the front part of the guitar. I never really thought of the back side of the guitar. So I think that like this kind of like a differences in between the front side, which is like more detailed, like a lot of details on the front, and then back side is kind of like super simple. I think that these can be also kind of like my design elements. So next page is more for like unique shaped guitars. So as you can see, there are not really like the regular guitars that you can see like in your regular days. So there are some really weird ones at the museum. So that the first two were very unique, and then there were some like cut out parts. So I think that that could be also my design elements. And then the other two are, I thought of like some other instruments like violins or something like that. So I think that that's something that is kind of like borrowed from other instrument that's made into guitar, which is very unique. So I just took a memo for my sketchbook. So the next page is that there were some guitars with a lot of like details, which is kind of like drawn on the guitar. So I thought that this could be like my print or slash textile ideas that I can maybe work with. So it was very ethnic and like earthy shape, like I don't know if you can actually see, but overall feeling was kind of like very earthy feeling because it was very roundy, like that kind of feeling. So maybe I will work on that. So the next page is there was this room with like pianos that you can see with like crazy things. But overall, this room that I was inspired was from the colors. This blue and magenta color, I thought that it could be my main color theme for this portfolio. So I'm going to just put this on my sketchbook. And then next page, there was also some pianos at the museum, not just the guitars. So the left side is obviously very classical piano that's made out of wood and very like roundy, like something that you can just automatically think of what piano looks like. And then right side is very unique piano that was actually used for Lady Gaga's concert, which is very modern and like made out of like glass or something like that. You can see through inside the piano. So like this kind of like differences I might want to use for my design elements. And then next page is that there were some like broken guitars that was actually broken from the rock concerts back in the days. I don't know how they saved this, but you know, like I've never been to that kind of concerts, but I've seen some videos that like rock band was singing and then just like threw the guitar and then just like ruined it or something like that. So I just took a memo. It could be my ideas or not. And then this one is there was more unique ones, like 4 guitars just assembled as 1 or 2, and I thought that, I don't know, it's really kind of weird. Like twins, I don't know. And then this one is that like at the end of the exhibition, of course there was this souvenir shop and there were a lot of posters and also this on the wall, and I really like this part, so I definitely will work with my textile design. I really love to, so we'll see. And then this is actually the favorite part of the exhibition I saw, because they actually had the drum set and the guitar that the Beatles, the band, used. So there was this also room with the big that they were playing the Beatles singing. So when I was looking at them, I was looking at their clothes, what they're wearing, and then I wanted to also just went on Google and tried to research what they wore back in the days, and there were some like very like classic just suits or a little bit casual but still pretty simple ones. So I might just want to incorporate that with my design later on. So I put their pictures also on my layers / sketchbook so that I could I might reference those. So what I could find were not like really good quality pictures, but I think that I could just incorporate what they're wearing, just like this, maybe just took the simple ideas like jackets or turtleneck shirts and etc. Because there was this top or shirt, button down shirt slash kind of like kimono like was exhibited at the museum. I think that it was actually worn by some of the artists, and you might not be able to see it that closely, but this top is mandarin colored and jacket slash shirt Asian influence because it has like fringe detail, kind of like looking like kimonos these days. So I think that this could be very key silhouette that I want to look for this portfolio. So these are all the sketchbook pages I made from Photoshop, so you might also want to try it like this. Let's see what kind of designs I can come up with.